to this little tutorial video where I'll show you guys how to create a static template using CombatFlite and DCS mission editor for the future use in the upcoming cruise. So first of all, we start in the in CombatFlite, where we will simply add a flight and set the waypoints. We'll use this mission template here for the upcoming mission. But you can really do that with any provided template or just the master file itself. It doesn't really matter. So first of all, you choose the aircraft you want to use. So CombatFlite will export it correctly later. The easiest thing to do really is use a single ship for the creation of the STM, so you can later easily multiply it. So we just select go pick waypoints here and select our waypoint 0, the initial point. For this mission, we will just use the escort route here, which is going north around Oman. So we'll just spawn in here somewhere. That's really up to the mission host later anyway. So just select a random point somewhere where you think it makes sense. Afterwards, you simply click waypoints like you would do in the mission editor as well. So we use ACP Texans here as our first waypoint. Just click on it. Then you have the option here to name it. You can do this either here or later in the mission editor, but we do it here. So name it Texans. And then we just select the other waypoints. For demonstration purposes, I will use every single point here. We could name them, but yeah, I'll just leave it the numbers in this case. So around here, down here, then the last waypoint here, this one we will name, and from there we go to Zulu 3. We can name that one as well. Call it go south to 4, and then Al-Dafra, which is our nation in this case, call it cow code. And that's it for the flight itself. You need to be sure when you create it, only have one flight, basically the same as you would do in the mission editor. Make sure you have only your flight here, no others. And after that, we click here, we click on File and select Export MIZ. Hit that. Doesn't really matter if you want to export all the reference points, circle centers, nav points, whatever. Important is this one down here, but that is can't uncheck it all. This will always be checked automatically. And then you simply click on export. Select the name, whatever suits you really, but we should go with the normal naming that we always use. So we use the date, the call sign, let's choose Viking 1, and then the date, which is 16th of October 3, and then hit save. Important here, obviously, choose the folder. You find it later, right? So save it in the correct folder. So we hit save. You see it's exporting stuff. It says done. All right. Jump into DCS and mission editor, and when now you hit open mission, you will see the MIZ file here that we just created via CombatFlite. Hit OK. Open the mission. See, you have all the fancy waypoints now, which we could have unselect before, but we have it in now. Doesn't matter really. Now, you see the waypoints are in here. The only problem that we have right now is that you need to set the aircraft to client. And as you see here, the radio frequencies are not correct, right? For that purpose, I have created a little STM template, which you can download via the archive. And then you simply go to edit, it load static template. And here you see I already have the file in here. You just drop it in the STM, in the static template folder in the saved games DCS folder. You hit it. See, this STM contains the presets to copy properties into your aircraft for the actual STM creation. So you simply select it, hit load. And you see here are the two aircraft, are our templates. We have one Hornet, one Tomcat. Important is you select whatever aircraft you're creating an STM for, and then you hit this button here, copy settings, right? Select all allied units of this type blue, or all allied units type on the map. Doesn't really matter because it does matter. So select only this blue type because we have red F-14s that will fuck them up. So select radio settings here, additional properties here, and like the other stuff doesn't really matter because you set that manually anyway. Hit OK. And if we now hit our look at our STM flight here that we created in CombatFlite and go to the radio properties, you see now the frequencies are correct. So the only stuff we need to do obviously is name the group, call it Viking 1. Yeah, give it also the date to make it easier for the mission host to identify that this is indeed a static template and not the standard flights that are in the mission template itself. Yeah, group name you can enter here. Just enter your pilot name, whatever. This one important, double check it. Tail number obviously as before, 201 in this case. And call sign, we have the rule that we set all, for the Hornets at least, for the Tomcats doesn't really matter, but for the Hornets we set all to Uzi, and then you select for Viking 1, you select Uzi 1, Wolf 2, you select Uzi 2, so on and so forth. That makes it easier to determine on the SA page which flight is, so you can just see it by the number. Keep that in mind to set that. We had cases where it wasn't set correctly, and then we had weird stuff on the SA page, and you couldn't really determine who's stuff like that. You can double check this here, and then you simply do whatever what you did before as well, like select a loadout, select your skin. Going here, where is it? Loadout, skin, tail number, and that's it really. No, it's not. Sorry. Now the last step, which is important, is delete the template aircraft, right? Just go delete them, and then you hit edit and save static template, name it same as before, which is 161020, and the call sign Viking 1. Copy it in here, hit create, and send the STM to the mission host as before, and that's really it.